Hello everyone. We are going to continue with chemical kinetics. Today is our lecture 8. In our lecture 7 previous class, we had discussed about rate of reaction, average rate, instantaneous rate, factors on which rate of reaction depends, law of mass action, and then rate law expression by which we come to know about order of reaction. So what is order of reaction? It is the sum of the powers to which the concentration terms are raised in rate law expression. So it is an experimentally derived expression, and when the concentration, K is the rate constant, rate is equal to rate constant into concentration to the power 0, reaction is said to be zero order. As for example, the composition of ammonia at the surface of platinum. Reaction is zero order. In this case, the rate of reaction does not depend upon the concentration of ammonia, and therefore the reaction is categorized into zero order reaction. First order, that means concentration power is 1. As for example, ammonium nitrite decomposes into N2 plus 2H2O. So the rate will be equal to K into NH4NO2. This comes under first order reaction. Similarly, we can have second order reaction. So in this case, rate is equal to K into concentration of N2 into O2. Now, zero order, first order, second order, reaction can be in fractional order as well. Let's see some of the examples of fractional order reaction. As for example, in this case, the rate is equal to K into H2 into Br2 to the power half. So, the order of the reaction is 1.5. Similarly, acetaldehyde decomposes to methane and carbon monoxide. So, in this case, the rate of the reaction is equal to K into CH3CHO to the power 3/2. These reactions are of fractional order reactions. So order can be 0, 1, 2, 3 in fraction also, but the reaction of higher order are very few. Why does it happen? Because according to chemical kinetics, the basis of a chemical reaction is collision, and it is very difficult for a reaction to take place when more than 2 or more than 3 reacting species they collide with each other simultaneously. So when a reaction takes place within a step, that reaction is known as elementary reaction and is also known as simple reactions. Okay? So when a reaction takes place within a step, in one step itself, it is said to be elementary or simple reaction. But if a reaction occurs in more than one step, several steps, that reaction is said to be complex reactions. And for complex reactions, how to determine the rate of reaction? For that, we need mechanism of reaction. And the mechanism of reaction says that when a reaction takes place in more than one step, then the slowest step will be the rate determining step. So let's take an example. Suppose NO2 combines with F2 and it gives NO2F. Now if you apply the law of mass action, what is going to happen? rate would be equal to K into NO2 square into F2. In that way, the reaction should have been in third order because NO2 square and F2 to the power 1. But experimental results say that in this case, rate is equal to K into NO2 into F2. How does it happen? Now this is the rate law expression. This comes from the mathematically derived expression and the reaction will be in second order because NO2 to the power 1 as well as F2 to the power 1. And for this we are going to see the mechanism of the reaction. So first step, NO2 combines with F2 and it gives NO2F plus F. Second step, second mole of NO2 combines with this nascent fluorine and it gives NO2F. Now this gets cancelled and you get the overall reaction same. You can see this reaction, the overall reaction we get the same. So in this case you can see that the reaction takes place in two steps, and if the mechanism says that rate is dependent upon 1 mole of NO2 and 1 mole of F2 only, then between these two, who is going to be the slowest step? Now you can see in the first step NO2, 1 mole of F2, so this would be the slow and this one will be the fast. So the rate depends upon the slowest step. So even if this comes in second step, this also is participating in reaction, but this is participating in which step? First step. And rate does not depend upon the fast step. So therefore, upon dependence, since it depends upon the slow step, and therefore the reaction will be in second order, although there is 2 moles of NO2 and 1 mole of F2. This is very important point. So here question comes in two different ways. Either you would be given with this rate law expression and you would be asked to write the mechanism of the reaction. So you have to adjust it in such a way so that whatever is given in the rate law expression, you arrange it in slow step. And secondly, you are given with slow step and fast step and you are asked to write the rate law expression. That's very simple. So whoever is there in slow step, that you are going to write in rate law expression. We are going to start with unit of rate constant K for different order reactions. As I said, that reaction can be in zero order, first order, second order, third order, fractional order. So let's see one by one. So for zero order, rate is equal to K into A to the power 0. Since the power of concentration is 0, so therefore will it be equal to the rate or not? So whatever is the unit for rate, same will be the unit for the zero order reaction. That is mole per liter per second. If the reaction is in first order, rate is equal to K into A to the power 1. Then K will be equal to mole per liter per second, that is for rate, divided by mole per liter. So it would be per second. Likewise, for second order, rate is equal to K into A square. So K will be equal to mole per liter per second divided by mole per liter into mole per liter. So in this case the unit of K will be liter per mole per second. So likewise for any order, if the power is half, if the power is 3/2, whatever it is, you can calculate, and I am going to give you a general formula that how we are going to calculate the unit for any order reactions. So rate is equal to K into A to the power n, where n represents the order of reaction, that is power of A is n. So K will be equal to mole per liter to the power 1 minus n per second. Very, very important formula, my dear students. And if the species is gas, in that case, so for gaseous species, when the concentration is expressed in terms of partial pressure, then rate is equal to K into A to the power n, same formula, but what we are going to do, K is equal to atmosphere to the power 1 minus n per second, or bar to the power 1 minus n per second. So this formula, if you learn, by substituting the value, you can easily calculate the unit for any order reaction. So we have discussed about the unit of rate constant K in different order reactions. Now, what is molecularity? Molecularity of reaction. It is the number of moles of reacting species during a balanced chemical equation. As for example, suppose ammonium nitrite, it decomposes to N2 plus 2H2O. This reaction is said to be unimolecular reaction, since only one mole of the reacting species is taking part. Now, if there are 2 moles, then the reaction is said to be bimolecular. If 3 moles are there, trimolecular, tetramolecular, and so on. So how molecularity and order of reaction, they can be differentiated? Very important question it is. Very common but important. So molecularity, it is a theoretical concept, whereas order is experimental. What is order of reaction? It is the sum of the powers to which the concentration terms are raised in rate law expression. Whereas molecularity, it is the number of moles of the reacting species which take part in a balanced chemical equation. Now, order can be 0, molecularity cannot be 0. Order can be in fractions, molecularity cannot be in fractions. And as I said, order is experimental, molecularity is theoretical. So, by using all these points, you can distinguish between order and molecularity of reaction, and you can give these 3 or 4 important points, that what is the difference between an order and molecularity of reaction. Now comes pseudo first order reactions. Pseudo, as you all know, the name itself indicates false. Pseudo first order reactions. Suppose if I consider a reaction ethyl acetate upon hydrolysis in presence of an acid or a base, acidic or basic medium, gives acetic acid and ethanol. All of you know esterification, and when an ester is hydrolyzed, once again it gives back acid and alcohol. Now in this case, if you apply the law of mass action, or if you consider the molecularity of reaction, now you can see 2 moles are reacting, ethyl acetate as well as water, but rate is equal to K into concentration of ester only. Why rate is independent of the concentration of water? Because water is present in large excess. So rate is independent of water, and even if molecularity is 2, but the reaction proceeds through first order reaction, and such reactions are known as pseudo first order reactions. Similarly, you see one more example. When sugar is hydrolyzed, we get glucose and fructose. So in this case also, the rate is independent of the concentration of water. Why it is independent? As I said, water is present in large excess, aqueous medium. So even if molecularity is 2, but the reaction is in first order reactions. So all of you go through these topics, whatever we have discussed in this lecture today, that is order of reaction, how do we find out the unit of rate constant K for different order reactions, what is the difference between an order and molecularity of reactions. So that in our next lecture we are going to start with experimental methods to determine the order of reaction. Thank you very much.